to This Works For Us. I'm Tia Jackson.
And I'm Rashawn, better known as Sean.
So today we decided to just pick random podcast questions and respond. So we'll get right into it.
Yeah, after you, man.
All right. So our first question is, do you think love is necessary in a long-term relationship?
I say yes and no. You have a lot of, first of all, I do believe that love should be there. There's got to be some type of love there.
Did you say yes and no?
I'm going to go to my no.
Okay.
Again, love should be there in any relationship for the most part. But also no, because there are a lot of, I guess, relationships or things out there, not really necessarily things, but can't think of the right word to say, but situations where you are with somebody long term and you just work out. Everything just works, but I don't know if necessarily like there's a need for that. I don't know. It's hard to me.
I feel like even in those situations where there's like a level of comfort, or maybe it's financial stability or what have you, at some point they cared or lusted, maybe not love, right? Maybe they lusted after the person, or they were deeply attracted or something. So maybe not necessarily love, but
it's just like
some kind of feeling, right? Like you're not
something
just
there
living randomly with somebody that you just don't love. Like you care about them
some point, but I guess it's convenience is a huge factor in that, because you got people that be in these certain what are they called, situationships, that there's necessarily not a I guess love really attached there. So from that standpoint, yeah.
Or should the question be a long-term happy relationship? Like, does love need to be, in order to be happy in a long-term relationship, does love need to be present? Maybe that's the question, like, because maybe love doesn't need to exist in a long-term relationship if you're not happy. But if you want to be happy,
it's a broad like question in a sense, depending on what that person's view of love is.
True.
For us, being in love, sharing unconditional love, absolutely. In this marriage, it is required. I wouldn't have married you if I didn't, because you got other situations where people do get married for all other reasons except love. But yet, they are like, well, I put it this way, they may not love the person, but love
what they can do
for them. And you stick around
or love
for that,
things that they can
provide and show, whatever the case. So it just depends on what that is for the person.
So, what do y'all think? Do you think love is necessary in a long-term relationship? So maybe we didn't answer the question. Is it necessary? We said, do you need it? But is it necessary?
I think final answer. Even though I say yes and no, I feel like in order for it to be a successful, strong, long-term relationship, yes.
And love can look like so many different things. Like, I think when people think about love in general, they're always thinking about like some...
Oh, the ooey gooey for sure.
Yeah. And so like, I think that in order to be in a long-term relationship and be happy, you have to understand the love language of that person, and know what that means, because some people are not ooey gooey people, and so if that's what you have to give, then I don't know that that's necessary.
Right.
So y'all tell us what you think. Do you think love is necessary in a long-term relationship? Next random question is, who would be the worst person to be stuck in an elevator with?
There's a certain individual I will not name.
Will remain nameless.
However, I feel, and it's wrong, because it's not very kind of me per se. And I get along with everybody, and not like I wouldn't get along with this person. However, hush. I don't even want to hear the conversation. You're gonna talk to me, and I talk to everybody, but it's gonna get on my nerve. I think that's about the main thing.
The extent that you go into without
saying the name,
saying details.
Somebody else, they'll know. They will know.
What is it? What is it about that person that, other than you say you wouldn't enjoy the conversation, but what is it about that person that
obnoxious.
you just
obnoxiously loud for no reason?
Maybe they can't hear.
They can hear.
You sure?
I'm positive. They can hear just fine. Just fine.
Right.
You don't think you hear?
Oh, we know it's a he.
Well, it sure is a he. But anyway,
he probably can hear. I don't know. I honestly would not want to be stuck in the elevator with that person either. But
I do love him. I promise you, I do.
But I don't think it's the worst person. Like,
I mean, I'm quite sure, but that was the first person that came to mind. Like, good Lord, I would not want to be stuck in the elevator with you.
So I'm gonna tell y'all.
After 1 minute, I'm done. Probably, it's like
you can actually see it on your face when you talk to him. Like you'd be like,
I don't hide it.
No, you don't hide it. You're not very.
You're
very obvious.
Like, Jesus, please rapture us now. Get us on out of here, Lord. Please, I'm begging you, just take us on home. I appreciate it.
I would rather deal with that person than to deal with a person that has the stankiest breath. Like, let me tell y'all, I was recently at a work conference in Chicago. I don't know this person, and everybody at the conference was lovely. However, I sat next to an individual. It was like a general session, so it was like a big crowd in there, and his breath. I mean, I don't think I've ever smelled something so bad
so pungent
in my life. Like, every time he moved or coughed or like switched his seat, I was like, Jesus, what is that? What is that smell, right? And so I'm like, that can't be somebody's breath. Like, that cannot be this man's breath. I'm telling you, I promise you, something is going on around here. And the longer I sat, the sicker I got. And I was like, please. I hope that my team that I was sitting with, they are like...
They smelled it too? Or they didn't?
They didn't, but I was scared that it was going to whiff over and that they was going to think it was me. So I had to make sure that, when I...
That's probably one of the worst feelings, right? It's like you just said, you would smell it and they automatically...
Like, dang.
Tia, I work with you every day. What is this?
So the funny part about it was, my boss had taken out a pack of gum, right? She was like, does anybody want some? So I was like, oh, no, man. Like, she smells it and she thinks it's me. I mean, when I tell you my stomach was like turning, and I swear, like, there's no way There is no possible way that you cannot taste that.
I don't know. I already told you a story about the guy that was in the military. It was 2 people. One was in boot camp.
I don't care
and
about
the
no
other
halitosis. You have to be able to taste it.
And then one I was on the ship with, so that you already know. And if again,
he put people on black.
I'm putting out there. They already know too, cause we had them same sea stories come up. Hey, you remember such with that? Like, oh yeah, God. I mean, like it smelled just like CHT. That is what would be dumped from the ship, basically the septic tank. When you get a certain amount of miles out away from the shore, sewage is.
I'm like envisioning this, like I could smell it right now.
And it's strong. For all my Navy cats, you already know what CHT is. And for that man's breath, throat, insides to smell like that, you already know it was
like there has to be like a rotten tooth or like you know what? My theory is the reason why they don't know that their breath is like that is because they have burned the nose hairs inside their nose, right? So they can no longer smell, and they have burned the taste buds in the back of their tongue to where they can't taste it, because there is no way on God's green earth that you can't taste that. Like, come on. Like,
praise God that my breath don't stink, because we wouldn't be here right now. That would have been, oh God, I couldn't imagine. You met on the first time you met.
Like, so
why I bring him here?
If y'all don't know, I have like 2 pet peeves, right? Like the funky breath, and then like as much as you could be very beautiful or handsome, like if you, I'm not talking about like a gap. Like people have gaps, but I'm talking about like your teeth is like. I mean, I don't have perfectly straight teeth, but I mean, your teeth is like coming at me, like. So for me, that's like, you know, we not.
Yeah, smile like that.
We're not going to we're just not meant for each other. Yeah. So yes, bad breath or bad BO. You know what? I feel like breath is worse than body odor.
Is it?
I don't know.
No. There's a guy. Again, it goes back to military because we had to share the racks and these bunks, you know, so close to each other. This guy will go do a full-on 60-minute, what was that, Sean T. insanity type workout,
and then not wash
and get right in this rack. And you talking about my rack was right next to him. I'm talking about that stuff was bleeding.
So disgusting. Like what?
It was bleeding over. We were like, yo, man, somebody need to come down here and you got go take a shower, bro.
Yo, you know what's bad? Like feet, like bad smelling feet. Like when you take your shoes off and the whole house, the whole house is lit. Like I won't say no names, but yes, I have experience, not in this house, but like I have experienced family. Like, good God, you don't smell that? Like, like that, it just come up and smack me in the face. It's so bad. Yeah.
You gotta throw them outside, and then outside, put that back inside. Put that out here for us. Don't do that.
I just can't. I really can't. So, yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't care who it is. They could talk my ear off and I just be stuck. But if your breath stink and you got bad body odor, then we not going. I'm gonna climb out the hole of the elevator or something, because I just can't do it. All right, next. If you could call up anyone in the world and have a 1-hour conversation, who would you call? And they could be alive or deceased?
Automatically, first person that comes to mind is my brother. I would want to know everything that led up to what he did. Would want to know all the details, what he was thinking, what was he feeling. Did he feel like that was actually the only choice to make? Was he thinking about the rest of us? Was there just whatever thoughts that would have come in there, as far as him. So obviously both and the other persons or whatever would be my grandparents. So obviously all of them are deceased. So the one person I don't know, because I feel like with my grandparents there's history there that I didn't think about asking when I was younger, and they could tell us a lot of things that they experienced during that time. So didn't even think about asking anything like that. So it's that part, but I really think it'll be my brother for the most part, just to again just get all the whys answered. Like, we tried to get you help, why didn't you go get the help? I understand you was a grown man and you made your own decisions and stuff, but why? Just why? What was the final thing that really put you over?
I don't know. I think
Podcast secretary.
I don't like. I mean, obviously, I don't know, right? I like to believe that in the moment, or when it's transpiring, like, they may not be thinking about everybody else and how they may feel and just how they're feeling in the moment. And so maybe that's why people make decisions like that, or like the hurt just feels like so overwhelming in the moment. So I think if they had like a little more time, or if the pain wasn't so strong in that moment, that they may have made a different decision. So we'll never.
No, I won't know that.
Truly know. But if I had to choose a person alive or dead, so this question is a little weird. Like, well, if they're alive, I could call them and have an hour conversation if it's anywhere in the world. So I'm not sure why I would pick somebody who's already alive, because I could just do that.
It could also trigger the thought, like, well, maybe there's certain questions. Just like, what was that? I asked my mom, I said, you ever asked how, obviously my grandparents or parents, how they, met and how that transpired how was she as a kid and all that stuff? And no, I ain't never think that. I said, well, you got Auntie, which is my grandmother's sister that's still around. You can ask her, because she holds keys to the past or everything that happened. So while that person is still alive, ask these questions. It's pretty cool to know these things.
Yeah. So they have good stories.
Yeah.
I had that. My grandmother used to tell me stories all the time. And I love talking to her. So she'd definitely be on the list of people that I want to talk to. I called her every single day. I spent lunch breaks with her. So I would definitely love to be able to hear her voice again. But I think if I only had to pick one, I would probably pick my dad, just because it wasn't like, like those deaths that are expected are like hard, but like you almost had some time to mentally prepare for them. But then the ones that
are sudden
are like the hardest to like grasp, because you have so many questions and you want to know like what happened, or why it happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was no, in a sense, no final, answer per se. Granted, there's closure if you've already chosen to accept that. So I guess to a certain extent, obviously I'm at peace with my brother's passing. However, there's still the whys of what he was going through.
Yeah.
Because I know there were certain events that led up to it. But from that standpoint, you're like, all right, so what happened? So, unfortunately for your father, it's a different scenario and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it'd be cool to get, that perspective if we were able
I'd
to.
also want to know, like, do y'all be like knowing what's going on? Do they be watching now, or is it like they're so busy?
No, because I think that would bring about sadness to them. If there's no.
Why? Well, I guess it depends on what they're really seeing, right? Like, if they see
understand.
that you're happy with your spouse and your kids, and like, even though they can't talk to them.
Since there's fullness of joy in the Lord's presence, so that means there's no more sorrow, no more pain. Why would I want to cause myself suffer or any sorrow when I look down and I miss my family?
But why would it have to be sorrow? It's not like to watch. It's like to watch. It's not the same thing. But when I think about like a parent and their child going off to college, they're sad that they're leaving the house, but they're happy for them. Yeah. Right. That they.
I don't think they have a single thought about what's happening on Earth at all.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either.
For what? Well, I'm good. I'm happy, whole. Ain't no thoughts.
Interesting. Oh, this is a good one.
And we got a visitor. Hello, everyone.
Ken. A little zombie child.
Little zombie child is up. Come sit up here.
What would you rather age from the neck up or the neck down only?
I already. It's a quick thought. Makeup.
Makeup?
Neck up. From the neck up, it's gonna be old.
I feel like.
Keep this young body. Don't matter.
I feel like I have stipulations, right? So I might be able to deal with your aging face, right? Well, I will deal with your aging.
Yeah, you will.
But
sure.
You could cover up a body, like you could cover up your aging body, right? So I don't know that I would just want to. Okay, my stipulations, if I'm truthfully speaking, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please speak truth.
All right, so hopefully I don't offend anybody, but the whole men pregnant belly thing really bothers me. If you're okay with it, fine, right? But like when we first got married, I was like,
oh yeah,
we're gonna like for like death do you part, dude. Like you're stuck with me, but I am going to have a serious problem if you get that pregnant belly. Like I'm gonna stay, I am, cause I love you, but I'm really not going to be happy about that. Like okay, so if it's like a health thing,
so basically.
If it's like a health,
it's gonna be dry in these streets, basically.
If it's like a health thing, like I get it, and there's nothing that you can do about it. But if it's, I don't really know what.
It's a drought, baby.
I don't really know what it comes from, but it's very hard for me.
If it happens, if it were to happen, I'll go get some surgery or something, like whatever it is. Cut it out. First of all, I won't allow it to happen, but yeah. Either way. I am cool with the neck up getting old.
So you want my hair to be pepper, shaker, what is it? Salt and pepper?
What did the great prophet Music Soul Child say?
I love you when you're here too.
Exactly.
I think I would do the next year.
Nick down.
I don't have. So like, it didn't say like you have to experience all the things with the Asian body. Like it didn't say you have to be in pain or anything or aching or it just get old. Like I'm okay. Just sag a little bit. Women have all these things to lift it up and make it look. But your face.
Yeah, it's false advertisement.
Your face is
false
like
advertisement. It's false advertisement.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
No. No. Right, y'all. Clearly, we need to put this little one to bed.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to stick to our word and be consistent.
Yeah, because any other time we would just cut.
Yeah.
And we'll start all over. We got but
we got a job to do here.
Yeah, we said we're committed. We're committed.
So, comment, share, like,
subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, tell us what your answers
to those questions that we
want to know.
Yeah. So until next time,
stay blessed.
And we'll talk to you later.